Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill is in the public domain in many regions, like the US. Today we introduce to you Chapter 5: Specialized Knowledge, Personal Experiences or Observations. There are two kinds of knowledge. One is general, the other is specialized. General knowledge, no matter how vast in quantity or variety, is of but little use in the accumulation of money. The faculties of the great universities possess, in the aggregate, practically every form of general knowledge known to civilization. Most of the professors have but little money. They specialize in teaching knowledge, but they do not specialize in the organization, or the use of knowledge. Knowledge will not attract money, unless it is organized and intelligently directed, through practical plans of action, to the definite end of accumulation of money. Lack of understanding of this fact has been the source of confusion to millions of people who falsely believe that knowledge is power. It is nothing of the sort. Knowledge is only potential power. It becomes power only when, and if, it is organized into definite plans of action, and directed to a definite end. This missing link in all systems of education known to civilization today, may be found in the failure of educational institutions to teach their students how to organize and use knowledge after they acquire it. Many people make the mistake of assuming that, because Henry Ford had but little schooling, he was not a man of education. Those who make this mistake do not know Henry Ford, nor do they understand the real meaning of the word educate. That word is derived from the Latin word educo, meaning to adduce, to draw out, to develop from within. An educated man is not, necessarily, one who has an abundance of general or specialized knowledge. An educated man is one who has so developed the faculties of his mind that he may acquire anything he wants, or its equivalent, without violating the rights of others. Henry Ford comes well within the meaning of this definition. During the World War, a Chicago newspaper published certain editorials in which, among other statements, Henry Ford was called an ignorant pacifist. Mr. Ford objected to the statements, and brought suit against the paper for libeling him. When the suit was tried in the courts, the attorneys for the paper placed Ford on the witness stand, for the purpose of proving to the jury that he was ignorant, and therefore, not educated. They asked Ford scores of questions, all of which were intended to prove, by his own evidence, that while he might possess considerable specialized knowledge pertaining to the manufacture of automobiles, he was, in the main, ignorant. Ford was asked such questions as, who was Benedict Arnold? And how many soldiers did the British send over to America to put down the rebellion of 1776? In answer to the last question, he replied, I do not know the exact number of soldiers the British sent over, but I have heard that it was a considerably larger number than ever went back. Finally, Ford became tired of this line of questioning, and in reply to a particularly offensive question, he leaned over, pointed his finger at the lawyer who had asked the question, and said, if I should really want to answer the foolish question you have just asked, or any of the other questions you have been asking me, let me remind you that I have a row of electric push buttons on my desk, and by pushing the right button, I can summon to my aid men who can answer any question I desire to ask concerning the business to which I am devoting most of my efforts. Now tell me, why should I clutter up my mind with general knowledge, for the purpose of being able to answer questions, when I have men around me who can supply any knowledge I require? That answer floored the lawyer. Every person in the courtroom realized it was the answer not of an ignorant man, but of a man of education. Any man is educated who knows where to get knowledge when he needs it, and how to organize that knowledge into definite plans of action. Through the assistance of his mastermind group, Henry Ford had at his command all the specialized knowledge he needed to enable him to become one of the wealthiest men in America. It was not essential that he have this knowledge in his own mind. Surely no person who has sufficient inclination and intelligence to read a book of this nature can possibly miss the significance of this illustration. Before you can be sure of your ability to transmute desire into its monetary equivalent, you will require specialized knowledge of the service, merchandise, or profession which you intend to offer in return for fortune. Perhaps you may need much more specialized knowledge than you have the ability or the inclination to acquire. If this should be true, you may bridge your weakness through the aid of your mastermind group. The accumulation of great fortunes calls for power, and power is acquired through highly organized and intelligently directed specialized knowledge. But that knowledge does not necessarily have to reside in the person who accumulates the fortune. The preceding chapter taught the necessity of desire. Desire is only a starting point. Now we must move more solidly into the realm of knowledge. Hill goes on to explain methods of acquiring specialized knowledge. 1. One's own experience and education. 2. Experience and education available through cooperation with others, mastermind groups. 3. Colleges and universities. 4. Public libraries, through books and periodicals in all subjects. 5. Special training courses, through night schools, home study, etc. As knowledge is acquired, it must be organized and put into use for a definite purpose, through practical plans. Knowledge has no value except that which can be gained from its application towards some worthy end. Successful people, in all callings, never stop acquiring specialized knowledge. Those who are not successful usually make the mistake of believing that the learning period ends when school is finished. The truth is that schooling does but little more than to put one in the way of learning how to acquire practical knowledge. Hill also discusses the value of ideas and imagination when linked to knowledge, and how individuals can capitalize on the needs of society by supplying organized specialized knowledge. He points out that a man's value to his employer is frequently determined by the extent to which he can put specialized knowledge into profitable use.